Good evening. Not really sure what's to be said here, but maybe a hint. Someone just sent me a lovely video of dolphins swimming in these beautiful waters. There was a young man swimming with them. My gosh, he had flippers that must have been 2 feet long. Obviously a good swimmer to be able to use such things. Well, what do I know? I haven't swum with the dolphins before in the water. I mean, I visit with them. There's a thunderstorm forming or on the horizon, so this might not be the very best time to record, but oh well. Inspiration strikes when it does. And I teared up all over the place watching the beauty of those dolphins, obviously curious about what the man was doing, and obviously able to communicate. I have a suggestion for you and for all of us. What if the dolphins are smarter than we are? Can we please come down off of our egoistic pedestal, thinking that we are the culmination of all life and that we're such an advanced society and civilization that we're on the cutting edge of things? I mean, that's okay and all if that's the view you hold, but it's limiting, because whatever views we hold about things, they lock out the opposite views. They are the full cup that doesn't leave us fully open to perceive what is real. And so maybe if we would just open to the possibility that the ones I think are candidates for potentially being more advanced in their consciousness and evolution than current mankind would be the dolphins, the whales, and the elephants. But when we look at them through eyes that know that mankind is the smartest and everything else is just dumb animals, and that's a mess. Can we all please climb down out of the head and get back into the heart, where we can begin to commune with life again? That's my deep desire. You know, a lot of life hasn't had its DNA messed with the way we have. I believe that we've had our DNA snipped, that what is called junk DNA is just inactive, and that it's being activated now, at least partially, due to the radiation of the photon belt that we're already entering the fringes of. I mean, come on, we've got years, thousands of years cycles that are culminating here. And we're down to the wire on this. We fully enter this photon belt in towards the end of 2012, I guess. But, it's not a black and white thing. We're in it now, just not with the full intensity. And so frequencies and vibrations are rising everywhere. Now, anyone who has a dog or a cat, or perhaps even a bird, knows, and probably whatever kind of pet you have, that your animal sees more than you do. Your animal hears more than you do. My dog sets off all the time at I don't know what. And you've seen a cat do the Halloween thing looking at empty space. So I think it's a good bet that mankind was once able to perceive across more frequencies too. And so we're more complete as we look at and read our animal friends, and they share with us what they perceive. Humility. I call for a dose of worldwide dose of humility. Let us step out of the arrogance of the head and into the heart. And let's all begin to commune with nature again. You know, we already do. In heart, we're there. We're that. We're them. So maybe it's as simple a matter as discovering the beliefs that are blocking us from accessing this. That's my suspicion. Maybe it's too simple. I don't know. But you know, sometimes when we discover wisdom, we're shocked at the simplicity of it. It's humorous almost, you know, the complexities that mind builds things into, only to find out that the underlying truth is very simple, very basic, and very solid. What is it that makes us not want to look at this, not want to open to this? I don't know. I will share this with you, though. You're everywhere at once. When you're in heart, you're everywhere at once. You're every when too. But for now, let's look at everywhere. And as you grow more confident in that, you're able to adventure with it. I have a water purifier. And it separates out the acid in the alkaline stream. And, you know, this body having had cancer, I'm very interested in keeping it in as much of an alkaline state as possible. But I bless my water. I don't take it straight out of the purifier or the tap, even the bath water anymore. I bless it. If you haven't read what Masaru Emoto has to say about water, I highly suggest you do. It will be a great boon. It will amplify your imagination when you see the photos, the pictures of the microscopic structure of the water and what a blessing does for it. It's phenomenal. It will bust up a bunch of dead beliefs that need to be busted up and eliminated. Emoto will help you with that. And you will realize that you can have instantaneous change on the molecular structure of a substance of water based on the word you say over it, based on the intent. You can even write the word on the container. And then he flash freezes the water and examines it under the electron microscope, I guess, with the ability to take beautiful photographs. And it's amazing. All right, so I bless the water. Emoto has said in all of his studies and research, the two most powerful words or things to say to water are love and thank you. So love and thanksgiving. And it's easy enough. I take my big jug. I have it here. I take my big jug as I have it filled with water. Can you see? And oh, there, see, I even put wealth on there. And there's gratitude. And we have what? There's thanks and purity and peace and joy, bliss, and there's love. And there are crystals in there as well. So anyway, as I bless my water, it's not just this water. Why should it be? Nothing is separate. And so I and the blessing often go out to sea with this. And we find ourselves around the world where all the water is, sending love and blessings and healing and strength and forgiveness, asking forgiveness for what we do with it and for it's ignorance, it's non-awareness, and it's arrogance. If we didn't have this arrogance that we do, thinking that we're the best and we're the finest and we own the earth and we can and should be able to do anything we want with it, it's an attitudinal problem, the way I see it. But anyway, the beings are aware of us. Nature knows. When you walk down the street, when you walk through the park, through the forest, nature is very aware of you. So is the water. And it's grateful to be acknowledged. They're able to read us, the beings of nature. And we can read them too, but we've forgotten how. And so that was my prayer tonight. To get over the bitterness and the residual anger at seeming to be trapped here in this 3D matrix, this level of consciousness. We have a history, friends, that we bring with us through many incarnations. Don't think that you're going to find the source and the understanding of all of your traits and your abilities and your attitudes in this one lifetime, because you won't. You're ancient. And one of the things I've had drawn to my attention earlier in this lifetime is that I've had a momentum of resentment at being as if I was dumped off in 3D and left, at being cut off from my higher senses and the ability to see and commune with beings on other dimensions, that kind of thing, with an angel. I used to cry over the fact that you can't hug an angel. Sometimes I wanted a hug so much. Life has been kind of hard, as it is for all of us at times in 3D. And so I'm still in the process. Things come in layers of letting that go. And it's really beautiful. I know I'm not the only one with issues like this, and I think the sky agrees. I'm not the only one with any kind of frustration over having my wings clipped. Now remember, it's all a seeming. We're not bound to 3D, but I'm really speaking from the 3D aspect of self here. I feel it will be helpful. We can all journey and venture elsewhere. I go and I swim with the dolphins, even though I don't leave this room. The dolphins come and visit me. Okay, they do. The beings of the sea are not limited to their bodies any more than we are limited to these bodies. 3D is a seeming. The consciousnesses that are attached to things are not tightly bound into them. Okay? What a crazy video this is. Oh well, what the heck, It is what it is, and I am what I am, and I've got clay feet, faults and flaws, just like everyone else. It's a part of the 3D experience. But there's such a beauty, your heart will never let you down. There's such a beauty in heart. You don't have to go and develop humility. It's not a shawl or a coat that you have to put on. It's there. There's such a different awareness that is available in each heart. It really is. It's divinity. It's the portal into all of the other dimensions, into every molecule and atom, into every minute across time and space. Heart is the portal into all of it. And so one side of the coin is the presence of the body here in 3D, and the other side of the coin is the infinity and the eternity that is also here, accessible here. And I'm finding, as I keep going to heart, that that's all I have to do, that these other things take care of themselves. I'm detoxing a lot in my body. That's a real effort of mine, to give the body the support that I was to whatever to care about when I was younger. I care a lot now. But I'm finding that just constantly making the effort to touch bases with heart, to be in heart, to see from heart, to hear from heart, to look from heart at whatever is before me is a very educational thing. There's growth and development there that, again, it's not that you have to become something better than what you already are. You already are perfection through the heart. You already are ascended through the heart. Time, space, it's all one. It's all now. Therefore, you're just ascended as you are not. You're in all of your lifetimes, and you're on the other side, and you're in between. It's all now. It's all one. It's all accessible. And no, it doesn't make a lick of sense to 3D mind. So what? What's that got to do with anything? You know, mind wasn't made for this. We've been using the wrong tool for the job. You know, the hammer, trying to solder the circuit closed with the hammer. It'll never work. And we can spend as many lifetimes as we like chasing the mental route to salvation. You can understand all the scriptural and spiritual teachings of the world. With your mind, it won't get you there. I don't care what kind of a scholar you are, it won't get you there. Which isn't to say don't do it. You do what your heart calls you to do. I guess that's the other thing that's really important. I'm finding it almost a thumbprint of this awakening that we're all having, this rise in consciousness, is that we're all discovering that nobody else's enlightenment will do. Nobody else's attainment, nobody else's great understandings. They can be like an advisor to us. But putting our reliance in anything offered by somebody else, in anything external, isn't the way of it. It's great to garner and gather these things. A wise man doesn't reinvent the wheel. There's nothing wrong with it. But the kingdom is within, and it's within you. And so my words are only good as an advisor. You're the king, you're the queen of your domain, your kingdom of heart. Let's rule. See you in heart. Swimming in these beautiful waters. There was a young man swimming with them. My gosh, he had flippers that must have been 2 feet long. Obviously a good swimmer to be able to use such things. Well, what do I know? I haven't swum with the dolphins before in the water. I mean, I visit with them. There's a thunderstorm forming or on the horizon, so this might not be the very best time to record, but oh well. Inspiration strikes when it does. And I'm harder than we are. Can we please come down off of our egoistic pedestal, thinking that we are the culmination of all life and that we're such an advanced society and civilization that we're on the cutting edge of things? I mean, that's okay and all if that's... Good evening. Not really sure what's to be said here, but maybe a hint. Someone just sent me a lovely video of dolphins. Teared up all over the place watching the beauty of those dolphins. Obviously curious about what the man was doing, and obviously able to communicate. I have a suggestion for you and for all of us. What if the dolphins are smart?